Please come out, Thornton Township, because we need you more than ever. Right now, they have an actual election called a caucus, a one-day election, whereas you normally would go to the ballot box and vote for your person. Normally, 10,000 residents normally come out, and that's what I have a problem with. They're creating voter suppression throughout Thornton Township, and most of the time, people just don't know. And why haven't they advertised this? Why haven't they sent things out to you to let you know what was going on? The only way people know is by me sending a text blast out to everybody to tell you to show up and show out, and make sure you vote for your current supervisor, myself, Tiffany Henyard, and also trustee Darlene Gray Evers for trustee over here at Thornton Township. I'll see you this evening. I just want to keep it brief and let you know what's going on. Now I got to go to work, guys.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is a sad day. It is a sad day today. Fly the flags at half-mast, okay? Fly the flags at half today. It is a very sad and solemn day, man, because Tiffany Henyard has lost her position as Thornton Township supervisor. Now, there's kind of a catch between her not being able to have this position. All I know is that it's one-day voting, and Napoleon Harris had the authority and the power to call that type of a meeting. And guess what? She lost by a landslide. I'm talking a landslide, people. I'm going to show some clips in a moment, but I really want to point out a few things that happened last night. The main thing is that she's saying that a lot of her people were not able to get in and vote. Now, I'm not sure how true that is. I saw a clip where Napoleon Harris said, nope, when the time was set for people to vote, people were allowed to vote. Now, I'm sure she's going to go and combat this verdict, this outcome. But I think, guys, we might start to see the spiral. We might start to see this spiral into the mayor role that she plays as well. This is about to get ugly. But without further ado, let's go ahead and check out some of the highlights of last night, because it was going off. Things were popping off last night.
Henyard and her slate of candidates lost to State Senator Napoleon Harris. It was done through a caucus instead of a primary vote at the polls, a process that hasn't been used in decades there, and a process Henyard says was unfair. Before last night's Democratic caucus, Thornton Township Supervisor Tiffany Henyard chatted with supporters and exuded confidence.
What do you do tonight if you don't get the Democratic Party's nomination?
What do you mean? I will be victorious tonight. You will see. My people out here. They're not going to go nowhere. The show will go on.
But they did beat her in an overwhelming fashion.
The Democratic nominee for supervisor is Napoleon Harris.
Last night's decision to hold a caucus for the nomination instead of a primary was Harris's decision, and his decision alone, as Thornton Township's Democratic committeeman. After the vote, Henyard tried to protest the process.
How you ain't let the people be heard?
She then beelined it to a waiting black SUV and didn't take questions from reporters. Her allies, however, did.
This is the biggest. This is the biggest. This is a fraud.
They say Henyard.
I just love how he's always out of breath when he's speaking. But one thing I want to point out about this thing, right? This whole move. I would say that's probably a dirty move by Napoleon Harris. You know what I'm saying? I don't know who he is. I don't know I don't know what he stands for. But hey, you did dirty shit your entire career. Now somebody came up real slick with it. They understood the paperwork a little bit more than you, because trust me, I know Henyard didn't know a caucus existed until Napoleon Harris came through, right? He came and did some slick shit, and now you're mad. But anyways, this was quite chaotic. Let's rewind back to what she had to say about this whole situation in general, because of course, you know, Tiffany Henyard goes live on Facebook, probably to get advice from the random people in her chat. It seems like a counseling session with Tiffany and the people who come into her live to try and cheer her up. But this is what she had to say about it.
Just always know that I love you, and there's nothing you can do about it. I appreciate everything you have ever done. And I just want you to know what's going on in your own backyard. And if you're watching this and you're at work, you're at home, or I don't know if you're still in school, but yeah, school. I need.
Does she sound a little bit softer? Does she sound a little sweeter? Does she sound a little bit more calm? She's not, woo, you can't do nothing about it. I have all the control. You know, she's very calm. almost like a regular person, almost a sad person, almost as if your power, you're seeing that shit drive away from you while you're left on the side of the highway. That's what it's looking like right now. I need y'all to come out. You know, I really appreciate all the things you ever done for me. It's getting bad, but let's continue.
I need your support. I need you to come out this evening. They have a special, I call it Secret Squirrel election today on Tuesday at about 7 p.m. A lot of people don't know about it. That's why I'm doing this live this evening, so that you know about it and you can make sure you're in the building. No. Educating everybody is where is that. I always say, let me educate you, and everybody get mad. But people don't know. Y'all learned a lot from me. I will say that. People can talk about me all they want, but y'all know, like I know, a lot of people won't educate you to anything as it relates to politics, I call it. But I am here to always give you the playbook. You know how they say the game is not taught, it's sold. And that's exactly.
I feel like she's watching my videos because I'm the only one I feel like that makes fun of her for saying that she's going to educate. Maybe other people say it, but I always get on her ass for saying that. Ma'am, you are uneducated. How is the uneducated going to educate? Explain that to me. Shit. Please.
What they do. They're not going to teach it to you for free, but I do. And that's what they get mad at me about, but it's okay. You can't take the information with you, so why not give it to you and make sure you know what's going on here. So here we go. Okay. So today we have a caucus. It is a special election, whereas a lot of y'all don't know what has happened. Your Senator/committeeman, Napoleon Harris, did not file the proper papers to have a actual election here in our township, which was supposed to be February. February is supposed to have been a primary election, and it's supposed to have been for the Democrats. He had until August 15th to file the proper papers. Guess what? He didn't file them. So this is what I mean when I try to explain to you guys that everybody business but not learning their position, and that's something he should have done. So he did not file the proper papers, so therefore there is no primary for Thornton Township for the Democrat race. So his next option is to host a caucus.
And that's the one thing I want to point out right there. He played hardball. Trust me, you think Napoleon was over there forgetting about the paperwork? Do you think he forgot about the paperwork? Listen, he said, fuck this. I'm finna do something devious. I'm gonna do something nobody's seen in a couple of decades. I'm gonna forget the paperwork, and then I'm gonna hold a caucus. Trust me, that shit is crazy, because I ain't never heard of no shit like that. Listen, that was planned out. He knew that Tiffany was a lazy ass, do your homework the night before type of a person. Right? She didn't have anything prepared. February, that's a long time out for Tiffany. For someone who's procrastinating, that might as well be a year out. For a procrastinating God, like Tiffany, I'm sure she is. What is that, 2 months from now? A little bit more. Shh, we got time. And then boom, we hold a caucus. You lose immediately. It's the shock of it all. But if he did everything properly, if he crossed his T's and dotted his I's, I'd say that's the slimiest move of 2024 to end the year off. If he's able to pull that one off.
A caucus is a in-person voting meeting, which is held 2 nights at 2010 Chestnut Road in Homewood. It is at the Park Auditorium. The election is supposed to start at 7 p.m. Of course, they should let you in by 5 because there's so many people coming. They should be making sure you're registered to vote, that you are a Democrat as you enter the building. But, you know, it's a lot of mess and backdoor dealings going on with all of that. So that's why I try to tell y'all what's going on. I will be there, too. Just so you know, I will be in the building. I am running for supervisor. Again, just so for those that didn't know, didn't hear, don't understand, but I am rerunning for supervisor of Thornton Township. So please come out and support your supervisor, Tiffany Henyard. I'm also running with trustee Darlene Gray Evers for trustee, and I have several other individuals that I am endorsing for this evening. When you come in, they will check to see if you are a registered voter.
And here's another thing I want to point out on Tiffany, because she very much contradicts herself. She doesn't like that this is happening, but it's happening, and apparently she's going along with it. If you felt like this was illegal, if there was backdoor dealings, you should have boycotted the whole meeting. You should have took it to the governor. You should have took it to somebody, right? You should have took it to a judge. You should have took it to somebody. But no, she decides to go and play along with this meeting. So she's saying Darlene Everest, all these other people are going to be there. Go vote for me, which means you're playing ball. I said this on my live stream. It's almost like your bitch ass friend who has the PlayStation and you're kicking his ass on 2K or Need for Speed or some shit. You're just kicking his ass and he takes the whole controller home. He takes the whole system home. He don't want to play no more. That's how it feels like what Tiffany's on right now. Because when you hear this, she's not happy about it, but she's playing along. How are you going to play along and then say it's illegal after you lose? Let's continue.
Voter. Please come. Make sure you cast your vote. Make sure you vote for myself and my entire ticket. I will be in the building to make sure you are guided properly and you have the right information. Of course, the bad thing that I don't like about the meeting is they make the rules up as they see fit, right? They make the rules up right then and there, and you will know right then and there who is your supervisor, clerk, 4 trustee seats, highway commission, and also assessor. All these positions are up on today at 7 p.m. So if you are a supporter of mine, Supervisor Tiffany Henyard, I am asking for you to come out this evening and support and make sure you cast your vote. It should have been a primary. It always has been in the history of Thornton Township. Always 10,000 residents come and vote for township government.
Why do you think it changed?
Because they can't beat me. If they could beat me, they would have went to the polls. But now when I bring the people out, you don't let them in? Make that make sense.
Safe to say it didn't really go the way she was planning. And safe to say she's turning all... She attended. Now, what, 3 hours later after you finish your live stream? Oh, well, we haven't done it in over a decade. That doesn't make any sense. Well, guess what? That's why things exist. They're there to use. If it's there in the law, that means you could use it. Now, of course, she's going to appeal this. She's going to do whatever she can, and we'll see if she finds anything that they did wrong, because honestly, it did pop up hella fast. Like, I will be honest. Just, oh, we're voting. She might have a bit of a case there, but if it was legally done, hey, what can you say about it? Somebody came up behind you and literally stabbed you in the heart, and you didn't even see it coming. Imagine your whole career's done just like that because you weren't paying attention. Crazy. But anyways, we come to today, and she was over there at a special meeting, and toward the end of the meeting, she did some weird press release with all her elected officials, all the people that she supports. It was weird, and it was almost like she was begging the news to help her or something. And I do want to point out, she's doing a lot of appearances now. Remember, she wasn't doing no WGN interview. That one we just saw, that clip I showed you, she wasn't doing that a month ago. And now all of a sudden, all you see is microphones listed out, and she's over there sobbing and crying with her team again. Expect a lot more interviews. Trust me.
Okay, I'm trying to stay not blinded by your light, but
Want me to turn it down?
just a little bit, please, if that's okay. Yeah.
Look at that sad group of burnouts. All fucking burnouts. And Darlene Gray Everett, I'm sure that this is her because I've never seen her before. I'm sure that's Miss Darlene Gray Everett or whatever she been calling out. You know this two would be a bad duo. These two just look like toxicity in the flesh. Hell no, we don't need that. Then we have the lost dude over here in the leather jacket. He don't even know where the fuck he at right now. Shit. Last time he realized he was playing Call of Duty. Now he's over here in a meeting. He always fucking lost. Then you have Scarface, Mr. Kid Diddler over here. And then behind Kid Diddler, we have Andrew Holmes himself. It's a diabolical cast we have here. Keith Price is Keith Price. I don't have to say nothing about Keith Price. That's low-hanging fruit at this point.
So you know, everybody know who I am. I'm Supervisor, Super Mayor Tiffany Henyard, and this is Trustee Darlene Gray Evers. We have Keith Price to my right, Michael Smith to my left, William Moore, Andrew Holmes, and also DeMarcus Christian. So, you ready? Well, yeah, I'm going to just start with the caucus. So just so you know, this is strictly about the caucus. It's not about anything else. So if I decline to answer, I'm strictly talking about the caucus at this moment. And then y'all will get more interviews out of me as long as y'all good to me, I'll be good to you. I have no issues. I just wanted people to say my side of the story. And not
All of a sudden, she wants to cooperate with the news station. She wants to just do what was right, because guess what? He may have done something slimy, right? Mr. Napoleon Dynamite, Mr. Napoleon Harris, right? He may have did some slick shit that might not be fully legal, or it might not go through, long story short, right? The second someone comes against her in some type of sideways maneuver, she's trying to get in front of the world. Please help me, guys. Look how illegal this is. Look how unjust this is. Guys, news. She never goes on the news. It's always middle fingers up to the news. Fuck you. I ain't got time for that. I'm a celebrity. Psh, you're spit to me. You're garbage. You're below my feet. Remember when what was his name? Remember when Keith Freeman was all towering over her, going in front of the news? The main anchor at WGN. Oh, hey, you didn't say hi to me. How's your day going? Remember all